Hey guys, we're EQWranglers, and today we are going to do a little segment on designing your own jump course. So we're going to start with measuring the distances between jumps. For a pony, the standard is a stride is about 10 feet, and then for a horse, the standard is about 12 feet. So since we've got horses here, even though our jumper horse has left, we're still going to be showing, unfortunately, we're still going to be using horse distances. So we've set up our first example here, and this is the first jump we've designed because you should never set up combinations with jumping from a high jump to a low jump because it's bad. Because the horse will tend to dive over the second jump because it sees it as really easy. So you want to go from low to hard. We're working with limited resources here, so no laughing at our jumps.
Kitty!
So like I said, the standard is about 12 feet, and since these are really low, this should be a bounce if you're going to do it higher. But if you have low jumps like we do, then 12 feet, the horse will probably fit in a stride. So, you know, you'd go over this. We've got our measuring tape out. See our measuring tape of awesomeness. You know, measure out 12 feet, so the horse would go over this. They'd probably fit in a stride, and then they'd go over that. If your horse has a really long stride, then he might just lunge at that one. I don't know, it depends a lot on the horse, but this is generally a one stride. And then to make it 2 strides, add another 12 feet in between. 3 strides, add another 12 feet, etc., etc., etc.
If you don't have a measuring tape?
If you don't have a measuring tape, a good estimate of strides is 1 stride is about 2 or 3 feet. You probably want to measure your stride first. No laughing at my socks because I know you've seen them. Don't laugh at them. I didn't have anything else that's clean. I've been traveling a lot, so
I was gonna. You were supposed to walk, and I could.
Okay, here's a stride. You know, this is probably a 2-foot stride, and then this is probably a 3-foot stride.
Kenzie has shorter legs.
Kenzie's short. Don't laugh at her. Yeah. So, and then we're gonna move into the barn and show you how you can make jumps with limited resources like we do. So we'll be back in a minute. Guys, it's EQWranglers again. We have 2 more jump ideas for you, people who don't have, you know, hundreds of dollars to spend on, you know, a pole for your jumps. These are poop buckets, but if you turn them on their sides and slap a pole across them, then you get a 1'6", maybe a little less jump. If your horse doesn't like loud noises, probably wouldn't do this because if you knock the jump buckets over, it makes a little bit of noise. So yeah, and make sure that you put them on level ground because if you don't, then they knock over a whole lot more easily. And then our second idea is chairs. Plastic chairs, yes, of course. These actually have 2 different ways you can kind of use them. You can put the poles here, and then they're about 2 feet. Or you can put the poles here, and then they're higher. We've never tried that, so I don't know how high it is, but I would assume it would work. If you're using these, again, they tend to make a noise if they fall.
From experience.
Yes, from experience. Yes, my horse didn't like that very much. You put poles across them, then when the horse hits them, there isn't really a way for him to move, so the whole thing kind of like falls down. So just be careful of that when you're jumping. And yeah, basically. And you know, if they fall, they tend to break because they're plastic and a 1,000-pound animal just crashed into them. So make sure you use chairs that you don't care about. As you can tell, we don't care about these chairs.
Yes, we don't very much.
Yes.
Hold on. We'll say something at the end, but we'll put this here so you can see both of us. Oh, it works.
Nice. You're snazzy. All right, and here is Meredith. Everybody clap for Meredith. Clapping for Meredith. There I go.
Okay, well, I was going to say, and if you have all these things, like, I think we ended up, what, 11 jumps, because we had a whole bunch of plastic chairs.
Yep.
We had 2 bucket jumps, and I don't know, it ended up like 11. And either you can make up your own course, or you could print one off the internet. I'm sure they have them. I've looked. You just type in, like, jumping course or something, like, layout.
Yeah.
And just improvise with your own jumps.
Usually what's best is if you Google search it, go to images, because then people like save it as PDFs on the internet and then it like brings it up, and yeah, it's cool. Just print one of those out, And again, you know how to measure distances now because I showed you earlier. See, we're building. See, yeah, this is just awesome. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
In a minute.
All right. How do you?